Telling your story, WCBI News at 6 starts now.
Good evening and thank you so much for joining us. An Amory man will spend the next 20 years in federal prison for distributing child sexual abuse material.
According to court documents, William H. Maddox was sending child pornography to a minor through an app. He was also receiving images of the minor engaged in sexual activity. Maddox was extradited from Georgia to Mississippi in July 2024 to face the charges. Judge Sharon Aycock sentenced Maddox to the maximum sentence of 240 months in prison. He will be subject to lifetime supervised release and must register as a sex offender upon release. The Monroe County Sheriff's Office and the FBI investigated the case.
Well, faster evidence processing helps speeds investigations, and that can get cases to trial much quicker. Columbus has a secret weapon to help its own crime lab. It's that secret weapon. It is not kept secret by design. In fact, they are trying to get the word out. The Columbus Forensic Lab can handle recovery and investigation of data from cell phones and video. The technicians can also handle crime scene investigations, and the lab has its own gas chirometric mass spectrometer for analyzing drug and other chemicals. The lab works with about 40 area agencies, helping investigators get their evidence processed with less of a backlog than the state crime lab. The lab's director, Claudette Gilman, says the process isn't as fast as you may see on TV. It takes time to make sure it is done right.
That we can get it done super quick. It's going to take time, and we want to put our time and care into our casework to make sure the results that we have found are correct.
And if the forensics field interests you, the lab is looking for a forensic chemistry trainee and a latent print analyst. Information is at the City of Columbus's website under employment.
We have had on and off rain throughout our Wednesday, and that rain potential is sticking with us as we continue later into our Wednesday evening as our low pressure system continues tracking to the east and northeast, pulling this cold front along with it, and that's driving the motion of the moisture as it continues to push in from the Gulf, increasing the chance of heavy clouds and rain as we go through the next several hours. Looking across the area, temperatures are anywhere from the mid 70s to lower 80s. Starkville at 75, Corinth at 77, Vernon and Columbus at 80 with heavy clouds right now staying dry, but more rain is on the way. Grace.
Thank you, Ashley. Well, the city of Starkville just added some new technology to downtown that will make the area more accessible to residents.
Yeah, that's right. Free Wi-Fi is now available for anyone passing through town. The city and its partners cut the ribbon on the new advancements this morning. Charity Johnson was there and has more.
The city of Starkville is working on making downtown more accessible for foot traffic and now for internet traffic.
Well, I think it's an extraordinary opportunity for our residents, our students, our college students, and particularly as we get the new downtown put together. You can see that there's construction down there right now, but once it's done, I think it'll be a great place to add an enhancement for the students and the residents to be able to hang out.
The city teamed up with MaxSouth to provide expanded free Wi-Fi service. The coverage area stretches down Main Street from City Hall to Jackson Street. This is just one project the city and MaxSouth have worked on together.
We brought fiber here first across all of our footprint, and it was important to us to make sure that we were continuing to expand how we connected this community to the world. So public Wi-Fi is part of that strategy.
The project is funded by Mississippi's Office of Broadband Expansion and Accessibility. Beam awarded Starkville $43,000 for the project.
I think this makes our state and this area just more connected, more competitive, more responsive to the needs of our communities.
Some Main Street businesses agree it will bring more foot traffic.
I think it's a great thing because we need to attract more people here on Main Street.
TJ Manna is the owner of Proof Micro Bakery in downtown Starkville.
I do have customers that come in and like to study and also just log in for whatever reason. And they sit for hours and do that. So it's really nice to know that that's an option for them.
Although she has guest Wi-Fi already for her customers, she says the extra service helps.
And you know, when there's a lot of people here for my customers and there's a lot of people logged in to one Wi-Fi, it does tend to go slower, so I think that'll help in that way as well.
The free service will show as public Wi-Fi by MaxSouth when you're in the area. 4 to 6 routers and other devices are located throughout downtown.
Imagine it's kind of like boosters throughout this kind of core area down this street. And so we put it in strategic locations on buildings and on poles to make sure that it's super fast.
Telling your story in Starkville, Charity Johnson, WCBI News.
And MaxSouth says they will be installing free public Wi-Fi to 7 communities this year, and Starkville was the first.
The next selection for Tupelo Reads has been announced. This year's book is Theo of Golden by Alan Levi. The book is about a fictional southern town named Golden and a stranger called Theo who appears one day and transforms the town through acts of kindness. Each year, the community is encouraged to read the same book as a way to promote unity, literacy, and a love for reading.
One of the things that really impressed me about this book is it shows how much we can enrich the lives of those around us without expending anything except goodwill, kindness, and just respect for each other.
We're going to have something called Theo Comes to Tupelo, a kindness project, and the committee is going to come up probably in December. We'll announce a project in coordination with the Hunger Coalition that the whole community can be a part of.
Levi will be in Tupelo February 24th for activities associated with Tupelo Reads.
Well, a historic building in downtown Bruce is getting a facelift.
A local business owner is hoping that through a little remodeling of a vacant building, the town will be able to draw in more people and give the city an economic boost.
Joel Stevens is a Mississippi native who says he felt a calling to give back and invest in rural Mississippi after the state had given so much to him. In the small town of Bruce, he saw an opportunity to do that in a historic building that has sat vacant for many years. The historic Square Theater.
There's so much potential here, and I think it's just about seeing not what something is, but what it was and what it could be again.
And honoring the history of the building is one of the goals.
Almost every day, folks stop by and tell me stories about classic movies they saw here, concerts. Bill Monroe apparently performed here back in the day. We want to honor that. There's a lot of beautiful brick in this building. We're keeping all of that.
While Stevens is honoring the authenticity, he says there will be some updates to the nearly 100-year-old building.
The balcony area is going to be a really nice and unique seating area that we're excited to show folks. And we're going to offer a wide variety of entertainment for all ages. So we really want this to be family friendly.
Stevens says he hopes to offer citizens a unique entertainment destination with classic movies, football games, concerts, podcasts, and more to hopefully draw in not only people from Calhoun County, but also surrounding communities as well.
For folks that grew up here, it's going to be a lot of wonderful memories, but they're also going to see something that's that's updated, that's very nice, but still honors that tradition and still, frankly, looks a lot like it did in the 50s and 60s. We're going to encourage people to come from neighboring communities as well. It's an easy drive from Oxford, Water Valley, Pontotoc, Grenada, Houston, even Tupelo's not that far. So, we really hope we can serve the whole community, the whole area.
Mayor Jimmy Hubbard says he saw his first ever movie at this theater in the 1970s. He says he's excited to see the project come together.
I can remember as I was a boy growing up years ago, I would pay something like 25 cents to get in and see a movie, and can remember smelling the popcorn outside and things like that. And there's just a whole lot of history that is going on here too. It will not only draw people from the Bruce area, but the surrounding counties, and it should have a great impact on our area.
Stevens and Hubbard say they hope this project inspires more investment in the town of Bruce and Calhoun County.
The building is still in the renovation phase. Stevens says he is hoping to have the theater open before the holidays. Stevens says they will also have a coffee shop in the lobby. For more information, you can visit our website at WCBI.com.
Students gather for See You at the Pole as a public profession of their faith. I'm Allie Martin. We'll have that story straight ahead on WCBI News.
All right, welcome back in. Students from across Northeast Mississippi joined others across the nation and the world for a time of prayer and praise on their school campuses.
It's part of the annual event known as See You at the Pole. Allie Martin has more from Tupelo High School.
The threat of rain couldn't dampen the spirit of worship for students gathered near the flagpole at the Tupelo High School football field. The theme for this year's See You at the Pole was awe.
Habakkuk 3:2, Lord, I am filled with awe. Awe is a really strong adjective for how we feel when we encounter the Lord's presence in our lives, when we encounter His action.
The student-led movement began in 1990 when students at a Texas school met at their flagpole to pray. Now it spans the globe. Grant Smallwood, multi-area director for the Fellowship of Christian Athletes in Northeast Mississippi, says See You at the Pole shows students they are not alone in their faith.
It's such an encouragement to see all the students come together, united, different denominations, different backgrounds, all come together under one cause, and that's Christ.
As students gathered in small groups to pray for their school, community, and nation, the events of 2 weeks ago were fresh on everyone's mind. Students we spoke with said the assassination of Charlie Kirk on a college campus has emboldened their faith.
Yeah, I do think that causes a change. I've seen more people, talk. There's been more talk about the need to be more verbal and outspoken with our beliefs. And when something tragic like that happens, people tend to have an effect in the things that they're saying and how they're living out their life.
Yes, it does make us want to all be bolder, but it also makes me question, why haven't we been doing this the whole time? Why haven't we been bold, before something bad happened?
It was wrong for what they did as well, because a lot of kids watched his interviews and he did right and he predicted some things a lot of things, and it's just really sad for his family and kids.
Schools all across the district also took part in See You at the Pole. Telling your story in Tupelo, Allie Martin, WCBI News.